everyone, my name is Hailey Brooks and welcome to my review of the Power XL Turbo AirFryer.
So this is roughly a half hour in. You can see it is definitely cooked, and that did smell really plasticky. I feel like I might be harming myself in some way by consuming this. French fries. And this is the face of someone who has to make a whole new dinner because this was just an absolute fail. I made that mistake earlier when I was putting it through the cleaning cycle. It is so quiet. I can't believe how quiet it is.
If you like this video, please help support us here at TV Stuff Reviews by giving it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. While you're subscribing, hit that little bell icon so that you get notified every time TV Stuff Reviews posts a new video. And hey, let me know what you think about this review. Leave a comment down below. All right, let's get started.
Okay, so this is the box that the air fryer comes in. It's just a big cardboard box with the dimensions on the side, and it does say that it was made in China, so we know it was made in China. And here's the box next to a paper towel roll so you can see how big and obnoxious this really is. And inside the box, there is a million little pieces because there's so many accessories that come with this air fryer. And it does tell you in the instructions to rinse everything off prior to use. So I put all of the accessories in warm soapy water. And I rinsed those off, the glass bowl and the air fryer itself as well. And in the instructions, it also tells you to run the air fryer once on a cycle with no food inside to get rid of this plastic coating that they say is on it. So I did do that prior to using it with food inside as well. And that did smell really plasticky when I did that. So prepare yourself for that. So now let's go through the pieces. This is the top piece, the air fryer, where it does get hot and you control everything and where the fan is located, and it is electrical, so you can't really submerge this piece in water. And then this is the glass bowl, which is washable, where every little accessory is going to go in. These are the skewers that it comes with if you want to make some kebabs. And this goes with the skewers so that if you want to put them on the rotisserie motor, you can do that. This is what they call the fry basket that comes with it. This is another piece for the skewers. This is the rotisserie fetcher. So when you cook a rotisserie chicken or you use the skewers, that is what you use to get out. And then we have the rotisserie rod. And this piece goes with the rotisserie if you want to make rotisserie chicken. Then you have these airflow baskets that you can stack up and use inside of the glass bowl. And this is another piece. So there's 3 airflow baskets that go with this. This is the rotating floating basket. So there's a lot of rotating pieces that come with this, which is actually pretty cool, including this rotating fry basket. And then you do have the motor too. This is the rotisserie motor that makes sure everything spins around in a circle. And the rotisserie motor does require batteries, so that's good to know before you try and use it like I did. So this air fryer does come with instructions and this nifty little recipe book with essentially recipes for your perfect in-home football Sunday. Now, I'm going to put all of the many instructions up on the screen so you can pause this video and read them if you'd like. If not, you can skip ahead and I'll be demonstrating how this air fryer does cooking fried chicken, a rotisserie chicken, dehydrating some fruit, and cooking French fries. Okay, now we are going to fry up some chicken. I'm choosing to use the mesh basket for this. That is what they recommend to use. Also just seems like the best choice. So I went ahead earlier and I have prepped my chicken a little bit. I have dipped it in egg wash and then a flour seasoning. There is in the little book they give you, Eat Ours, Not Theirs, they do have a recipe and instructions for cooking fried chicken. I kind of loosely followed their recipe a little bit and then did my own take as well. This is for a serving of 9 people, and I am feeding my family with this, and we're a family of 2 adults, a 1-year-old, and a newborn who only drinks milk, so we don't need to serve 9. So there is a fried chicken recipe in here, which is good, and it's, you know, air fried, so it's supposed to be better for you. There's all kinds of benefits choosing to air fry as opposed to, you know, deep frying or anything like that. And I'm going to place the top piece onto the glass bowl. There are arrows on either side, in the front here and in the back over here, in case the bowl was flipped around, for where you're supposed to line it up. Now I'm lined up. It's the power button, and there's that M button at the bottom with a circle around it. Starts at fries, then we have steak, fish, and little chicken leg for poultry. Hit that power button, the light comes on, the fan starts going. And this is really nice and quiet. When I was running it through the cleaning cycle that you have to do before cooking, I noticed that it was very quiet. This is really, really quiet. You can't even tell, even if I had everything silent in here, I don't think I'd be able to tell it's even on. It does get hot though, so please do not touch it. I made that mistake earlier when I was putting it through the cleaning cycle. So it's running. Everything is in there. It's so quiet. I can't believe how quiet it is. So it does not look like the chicken has cooked all the way through with the setting it gave me, which was 400 degrees for 15 minutes. So I'm gonna add a few more minutes and see how that works. So I added 5 minutes and it didn't quite do the job. There's still some flour that I can see just sitting on top of the chicken. So I'm gonna add another 5 minutes and see how that does. Per the instructions, I let this cool for about 15 minutes, and I also used oven mitts to remove the top piece from the glass bowl, and I unplugged it just in case. I can tell just by looking at the chicken, this is not going to be good. It is falling apart, stuck to the bottom, and there's still flour on the outside of the chicken. It is just an absolute disaster. And this is the face of someone who has to make a whole new dinner, because this was just an absolute fail. All right, so now I'm gonna try cooking the rotisserie chicken. I am going to follow everything in the recipe book that they supplied with the air fryer. So I'm gonna season this up with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika. And this chicken I got from my grocery store came pre-twined, which is something they instruct you to do in the recipe. So if you have to, you gotta tie your chicken's legs up to itself. All right, so I'm taking the rotisserie rod that I showed you earlier, and I'm just gonna slide it through the center of the chicken. I'm having a little bit of a hard time here trying to get it all the way through. And you know what? I'm gonna slide this around, soak up some extra seasoning. There's way more seasoning on the top than on the bottom. So now, yep, there we go. Now my rod is all the way through, and I'm gonna take the rotisserie end pieces here. They have holes so that you unscrew this part and slide it onto the end of the rotisserie rod, and that will help hold your chicken in place since it is a heavier item that you're cooking with. So the rod wouldn't be able to support the weight all on its own. So these are gonna help to spin it around and keep everything in place. So you're gonna wanna find the meatiest part that you can and just kind of stab these in there. And you're gonna stab them in on both sides, and then you're going to twist the screw piece here all the way in so it's nice and tight and your chicken won't slide around or go anywhere. So now you have to open one of these end pieces here, and that's where you're gonna put the rotisserie motor that has batteries in it. And that's what's gonna spin the rod and the chicken around as it cooks. And I'm actually gonna put the chicken in first before I put the motor on. So it slides in on one side and then you kind of insert it in on the other side. It's very simple. It's just putting the rod in the holes. So let's take a look inside. There's the hole that I inserted the rod into, and on this side it slides in from the top and goes down in there. And now I'm going to connect the rotisserie motor. See how when I put it on, it's spinning the chicken? This is how it's gonna stay spinning the whole time. So I've got it locked into place. You turn it towards you counterclockwise, flip the switch on, and now we are spinning. The blue light obviously shows that the power is on to the motor. So now let me take the top piece, lock this on in place. Then they're spinning away. I'm going to turn, power won't turn on. So I learned this happens when the arrows aren't exactly lined up. So you gotta make sure your arrows are in the exact right place, which is obviously a safety feature that I think is really good that this device comes with. There we go, nice and lined up. And I'm going to put this on to the proper temperature, which is 350, and we are going to leave it on for a whole hour. And we are cooking, we are spinning, we are cooking. I'm gonna let this do its thing and we will check back in. So this is roughly a half hour in. You can see it is definitely cooking. You can see all of the grease and everything dripping off of the chicken. It's definitely darkened in color. Oh, it's not spinning around in a perfect circle, but it's working, it's cooking, it's doing its job. Wow, that's a really nice color. That looks really, really yummy. However, that plastic smell that was in the beginning is still happening. So that plastic smell definitely seems to be a recurring issue because it happened in the cleaning process, it happened during the fried chicken, and now this is the third time I'm using it and it's still happening. It does smell really good. Now I'm using the rotisserie fetcher. This is gonna catch onto the rod inside of there, and it's just a way to get the chicken out so you don't hurt yourself. So let me show you as I use this, because it is really hot. So it just kind of catches onto those pieces there, if you can see that. And you just lift up. It slides out of the part with the slide first, and then the other part will come out. So look at that. That does look really good. It looks like it cooked all the way. I'm still gonna take the temperature of the chicken to make sure it reached the full 165 and it is edible. And it did reach 165. It's actually even going a little bit over, so that's good. So cooking it for an hour, it did get to the appropriate temperature for consumption. Now I'm gonna take these pieces off. I'm using a wet wipe here to help me take these metal pieces off because they are still really hot, even though this has been sitting now for probably about 20 minutes. Okay, and here we go. I'm gonna carve this up. Ooh, look at that steam coming off there. It's a really good color inside. It's white all the way through. Let me chop this up. Now here's the ultimate taste test right here. How's your chicken, buddy? What do you think? Okay, so let's actually try this chicken out, see how it tastes. The rotisserie chicken. Oh, wow. Wow. Some people have told me that their air fryers dry out the chicken. I don't think that's the case with this. This actually has a lot of juicy flavor to it. It's still really moist. So that's really good. It's cooked all the way through. It's still juicy. It's not dry. The skin tastes amazing. I love the taste on the skin. One thing though, as you get more towards the center of it, that smell from the original packaging and when you run it through the first cycle, that smell is in the taste. So that's weird and doesn't make me feel very good. I feel like I might be harming myself in some way by consuming this. But it tastes great. All right, so last but not least, I'm going to make some French fries. I am going to use the rotating fry basket, and then this lid goes on top. It locks into place. See those little locks? Here's a closer look. So it locks into place just like that. And then again, we have to put it in the holes inside of the glass bowl so that this fry basket does spin around just like that. And again, we have to attach our rotating motor to the side of the glass bowl, flip that switch on. Now we're spinning and we are in business. It's actually pretty cool how it spins around in there. I think it'll give them a nice even cook. Okay, so now, I'm gonna put the top piece onto the glass bowl, line up my arrows so that the air fryer will turn on. Whoa, there we go. Line them up. This doesn't seem lined up. Come on, line up. I've had a problem lining this thing up every time I've tried to use it. All right, let's plug it in because I unplug it because this thing smells so bad when it cooks. I'm afraid it's gonna blow up one of these times. All right, so we're gonna turn it on. And I'm just gonna go straight to the fry setting since it has a fry setting. So it's 400 degrees for 20 minutes, power on. Wait, I stopped spinning. Okay, power on there as well. There we go. I don't know what happened there. All right, French fries are cooking. This is pretty cool. I feel like they will cook evenly all the way around. And look, you can see the grease. It's either grease or oil dripping off of the French fries. I'm still trying to figure out how this is a healthier alternative to using an oven. It's definitely a healthier alternative to deep frying, but I don't quite understand how it would be better than an oven. I feel like this is essentially a very small oven. Okay, and about halfway through, the motor apparently decided it didn't want to work anymore and it turned itself off. Yeah, we're exactly halfway through. Oh, there we go. Turned it back on. Finished cooking. The air fryer has turned off. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes to cool down. Okay. And I kept the fries spinning while I let it cool down because I'm sure that hot air in there still helped them cook a little bit. Now I'm gonna use the rotisserie rod catcher to lift the rotating fry basket out of the glass bowl. And there we go. Come on. It's easier on the one side that slides in and out than it is on the side that you have to push directly in. All right. There we go. Take this top part off. There it goes. All right. French fries. All right. Taste test. And they taste like plastic. Are you kidding me? These are French fries. They're soggy, they're not crunchy, they don't taste good, and they're French fries. All right, overall review for the Power XL Turbo AirFryer. No. Please do not buy this thing. I'm giving it 1.5 out of 5 stars, and the only reason I'm giving it any sort of star is because it did have 2 pros. It was quiet, and it did not produce a lot of heat. However, to reiterate the cons with this thing, it made everything taste like plastic. It smelled like plastic while it was cooking, no matter how many times I used it or cleaned it. It didn't cook in the amount of time that it said it would. It destroyed my fried chicken. It was not a pleasant experience using this at all. The fruit didn't dehydrate. The French fries were soggy and didn't taste good, and they're French fries.
So please don't buy this thing. I have a very strong feeling, in a few years from now, I'm going to be calling a 1-800 number on a TV commercial to get the compensation I'm entitled to for using the Power XL Turbo AirFryer. So please, save yourself the hassle. Do not use this thing. Do not buy it. It has a million little accessories that are so over the top and unnecessary. Where am I going to store them all? Please let me know what you think of this review down below in the comments section. Hey, if you have used this air fryer and had a different outcome or a similar outcome, please let me know. I would love to hear your experience, or maybe you have a different air fryer that works way better. I would love to know what you have to think. Thanks for watching.